let's talk about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and maybe not for a long time because I don't know if there's a whole lot to say. Let's start with you guys' offseason. Being able to re-sign Nick Leverett, Levante David, Jamal Dean, D. Delaney, Anthony Nelson, another one. Like, they re-signed a lot of important talent that they had on their roster. I wouldn't say they're great. I mean, aside from Levante and maybe Nick, but everybody else is kind of hit or miss when it comes to required to stay. And then you lost Tom Brady, obviously. And I believe quarterback's the most important position in the NFL. I think most people who are NFL fans would tend to agree, which is why when you guys signed Baker Mayfield, I was not that excited for you guys. I mean, he could be a bridge, right? He could be the quarterback you guys have until you find out who your actual franchise player is going to be. But Baker Mayfield is not a franchise quarterback, as he has proven time and time again, whether it be the short stint with the LA Rams, the Cleveland Browns. I mean, wherever you want to look at him, you look at his numbers, not the greatest, right? And then signing Chase Edmonds, which is actually a pretty decent signing. I just don't know if you guys did enough to be important this year, if that makes any sense. So, while we are looking at this, let's look at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers schedule and go over it. And try not to hate me by the time this is done. Week 1, I have you guys losing on the road against the Minnesota Vikings. Week 2 and 3, I have you losing at home against the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think any of those 3 are really shockers. I mean, some people might say, oh, the Bears aren't that great. We'll get to them in a future video, but nonetheless, I have you losing to them. I have you winning Week 4 on the road against the New Orleans Saints. Then the bye week comes. You guys lose at home against the Falcons and the Lions. You guys continue to lose Week 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You lose on the road to the Buccaneers and the Texans. I don't think either of those things are shocking, especially because the Texans are going to have quite a culture shock and change this year. The Titans beat you guys at home. I don't think that's a shock. San Francisco and Indianapolis on the road. Those, again, should not be shocks. And then Carolina at home. That one might be a shock to some people, but I do genuinely think that the Panthers are going to be a better team this year. They signed a plethora of vets, but if you're interested in hearing about that, go watch the Panthers video.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Avery from the SLG Network here. Sorry to interrupt your video, but I did just want to let you know that more than 90% of our viewers are not subscribed to the SLG Network. So please do us a quick favor. It'd mean the world to us. Go and hit that subscribe button at the bottom of the video. I appreciate you.
You guys get to win Week 14 against the Atlanta Falcons. You guys lose on the road Week 15 against the Green Bay Packers. You lose at home Week 16 and 17 against the Jags and the Saints. And then you guys lose a game to the Carolina Panthers, where they solidify themselves as the division leaders. So that's an overall record of 2-15. Now, as I say in every video, I think a couple things could be swayed, right? Let's say that Baker Mayfield comes out and plays his arse off, right? He comes out and he is that guy. Well, then I think there's a couple games that could sway your way, right? I think you could win Week 2 against Chicago. I think it's a very winnable game. I think Week 7 against Atlanta at home is a very winnable game. Week 10 against Tennessee is a very winnable game. Week 12 against Indy, winnable game. Let me see. I think that's pretty much the only winnable games I have you guys getting. Well, you could win Week 18 against Carolina if Baker proves to be that guy. At best, I have you guys finishing with a 6-11 record. As it stands, I have you guys going 2-15. I think you guys understand that you have to put a team on the field to try to win some games. This team will try to do that, but I think you guys understand that you're going to be looking at a huge draft pick, future-based team. You guys are going to be looking to rebuild yourselves, find a franchise quarterback maybe next year or the year after that. But that's the future for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, if there is any kind of changes that I could see, if like I said, Baker does play that well, you guys could end up being around a 6, maybe 7 win team. It's still not good enough to make the playoffs in my predictions for this year, but it is a squad nonetheless. If you have any comments, make sure you comment down below. If you agree with me, make sure you let me know. If you disagree, even more importantly, make sure you let me know. And then make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Deuces.